Before you trust someone with your life savings or your financial plan, I've compiled 12 great questions to ask any advisor you're seriously considering for the job to see if they're potentially a good match. And stick around to the end, and I'll give you one bonus question that may actually stump many advisors that you talk to. Hi, this is Steve Boorstein, and I'm a financial planner. So let's get into it. Question number one. Are you a fiduciary 100% of the time? You want someone who's legally obligated to put your best interests first all the time, not just some of the time. Question number two. How do you get paid? Commissions, assets under management, flat fees. Understand how their incentives might affect the advice you get, and ask them if they get paid the same amount no matter what the investment. Question number three. What will it cost me? You want to know exactly what it will cost you and how often you'll pay it. If any advisor tells you that you're not paying a fee because the cost is baked into the product, that might be a red flag. Question number four. What licenses and certifications do you hold? Look for credible, well-recognized, and long-standing designations like the Certified Financial Planner or CFP designation, not just insurance or investment license. Question number five. What's your financial planning philosophy? In other words, do they focus on just investments, or will they help with things like tax planning, cash flow analysis, estate planning, insurance, risk management, and asset protection strategies? Also, how do you work with my other financial professionals? In other words, do they have conversations and do they help coordinate directly with your accountant, your insurance agents, your estate planning attorney, your mortgage broker and bankers and other professionals? How do they do this throughout the course of the year? And how does it affect your financial planning? Question number six. What's your investment philosophy? In other words, do they require you to move your investment portfolio to them? You want to know if they'll provide recommendations on investments you don't transfer to them, or if they only provide recommendations on assets that they directly manage for you. You also want to know what your portfolio will look like. In other words, will you have stocks, bonds, ETFs, and mutual funds? Do they offer annuities? If you're an accredited investor, do they offer investments like private equity or private credit? If you own real estate, can they help you evaluate and model different real estate investments that you're going to buy? Or can they incorporate them into your financial plan? Do they offer 1031 exchange DSTs or opportunity zone funds? You want to ask them how much experience they have in these types of investments and how they can fit into your plan. Question number seven. Who's your ideal client? Make sure that you're a good fit for their expertise and client base. Ideally, you want someone who already gets you and has the experience of guiding similar clients successfully to their financial goals. Question number eight. Can I see a sample financial plan? You want to review the level of detail and customization. Is it boilerplate or built around your life? Any advisor that tells you they can build a comprehensive plan in 15 minutes or provide you with a one-page plan that embodies your entire financial house may not be adding the value that you're seeking in a financial professional. Question number nine. How often will we meet or check in? Some advisors go quiet after onboarding. Make sure their communication matches your expectations. You should know the minimum number of in-person or online meetings that you're going to have per year and about how long those meetings last. You should also know if you can contact them for additional one-off meetings and how you'll get personal finance questions answered throughout the year. Will they do additional online meetings or in-person meetings? Can they do phone meetings, email, or texting? As you have questions throughout the year, how do they go about answering them? Can you get answers through email, texting? You want to know as you have questions throughout the year and things come up, how are you going to get service? Question number 10. Do you provide written advice or just verbal recommendations? In other words, you want clarity and documentation and accountability from your advisor. Question number 11. What kind of technology and tools do you offer? Modern tools make it easier to track your progress and collaborate. You want to make sure that you like using the kind of tools that your advisor is going to offer. Question number 12. What happens if I decide to leave? There should be no exit fees, no lock-ins, no hard feelings. If there are, that's another red flag. Now, I'm going to give you one bonus question to ask that I think trumps them all. But first, if you don't mind, post a comment with which questions you think are the most valuable to ask an advisor. Now, here's your bonus question. Ask them to give you examples of how they will add value to your situation and also examples of how they helped other clients in a similar situation as yours. Hiring the right advisor can change your life, but hiring the wrong one can be costly. Ask smart questions, get clear answers, and don't settle. If you found this content useful, Please subscribe and share. If you want a checklist of these questions, drop checklist in the comments and I'll send it your way. Thanks for watching.